Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Same Fire Society. I am so happy to have you here. Today we are just going to see what comes up with the energy. There are 7 planets coming into alignment today, Mercury being the last one, and Mercury does rule over communication. We also had the new moon in Pisces begin yesterday, and Pisces, you know, it's like cup energy, so real emotional energy, but I'm really feeling with that, like it's really time to release the old self. As I was on my walk this morning, I also passed by I passed by a van that had the word Nova on it, and then also had an advertisement come up called something else with Nova in it, and it led me to a song called Supernova by Ansel Elgort. He is also an actor too, but the specific lyrics that were coming up here was, I've been so messed in my head, going through phases, don't know what this craze is. I've been waking up drenched in sweat, all my dreams full of my regret. I met you in California, you told me you loved him in Georgia. Your heart's in the ground, frozen over, my heart's in the sky, supernova. So, and it's very interesting energy because it feels like somebody here, and most likely this is the masculine, in super deep regret over not handling the situation in what they now feel as the correct way. And it's really coming up strongly, a blockage in, you know, like another relationship was existing. Okay, and then I just wanted to talk a little bit about supernovas because this was really interesting that this came up, especially with the planetary alignments at this time. And a supernova, if you don't know, is a star's explosive death, and that's very, very interesting. I just got the chills. The largest explosion known to the universe. It occurs when a massive star reaches the final stages of its evolution. A supernova will then form into either a neutron, a black hole, or a nebula, okay? And so you can see that all the energy doesn't just die, it is transformed. And this tells us there will be a huge energy shift here, okay, in this, and whatever this is, in you, and also most likely in the connection you're connected to. I channel mostly for people on spiritual journeys who are also on a twin flame journey. That is just what comes through for me. So this reading is going to have a little bit of both of those things in it, and we're just going to see what comes up. But that is very interesting, beautiful energy. I'm getting like complete chills in my chest, like my heart chakra area. Okay, so maybe an awakening of a heart like this. In order for this connection or this communication to come in, there were huge transformations that needed to be undergone by the parties involved. Okay, let's start out with the Muse Tarot and see what the tarot wants to tell us here. Eight of Inspiration. So this is a passionate beginning of some sort, okay, but also can speak to the release of karma here, I'm getting, okay? Significant cycles ending, as we've been feeling. Significant cycles coming to an end. We have the Four of Emotions in reverse, okay? So very interesting here. This could be stagnant energy in the upright of emotions here, but in the reverse, it's, oh my gosh, why can't I speak? In there, everything's wanting to come out so fast. So let me take a breath. Okay, take a breath. Okay, so with the Four of Emotions in reverse, this is telling us that somebody wants to come in with stability in their emotion, knowing what they want, no longer confused, okay? Okay, what else, Spirit? What else can you tell us? So no longer in stagnancy about how they feel. Page of Emotions. So exactly, some type of movement or new beginning. Moving from the phase of like the number cards to the court cards, right? So leveling up. There's a definite leveling up. And you can see the beams from her heart here. So this was something that really strongly needed to heal on the side of the masculine. It's interesting with all these fish here too with the Pisces new moon. So it's almost like they're having a heart awakening in this moment. Okay, at this moment in time. Like, it's interesting. I kept hearing that when I was thinking about the 7 planets aligning. I kept hearing for this moment in time. It's almost like this is going to be a moment in time where they can really come forward, and they could miss it. They could miss this opportunity. We have the Muse of Materials. So there's a real stability here to, their financial foundation, but also the Muse of Material is similar to the Knight of Materials, I believe, which would be the Knight of Pentacles. So this does show that this has been a real slow moving energy here, which we have been picking up on. Okay, it's taken a while for this person to either look at what they needed to look to or even start healing here. Okay, what else, Spirit? The Ten of Voices keeps wanting to come out at the bottom of the deck. So there's some type of definite completion here. That's the Ten of Voices is the swords. Okay, so the Ten of Swords, it's like a completion of a very difficult time. Ooh, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant and the Queen of Emotions. Okay, so there's a real healing that has gone on, definitely on the side of the feminine here. I'm feeling very strongly. Okay, her emotions have been very tempered. She's sitting pretty at this time. It's almost, I'm getting this energy of like just sitting and waiting for the masculine to come forth and say what they need to say. Okay. Let's move on to the Neon Awakening by Spiritual Infusion. Woo! Venus, ruler of love, beautiful. Beauty, pleasure, money, romantic relationship, friendship, and aesthetic. I'm just getting to like, you know, like what would Venus look like in like a live feminine form, you know, like just this beauty with the Hierophant sitting here too, just this beauty that you're currently sitting in here. And the Magician, connection between spiritual and material. Okay, wow, beautiful. So, you know, not just looking at the material things not being so important anymore or constantly or at this time as it was, you know. There was a real need probably on both sides of these parties to show what they had, connecting to some type of inner child wound here. Okay, so this really healing and becoming like powerful, flowing with creativity, flowing with ideas, and finding the purpose here, the spiritual purpose. What else can you tell us, Spirit? 12th house, house of the unconscious, hidden aspects, secrets, fears, subconscious mind, endings, and the past. And we said with my introduction, you know, this has the feeling, the time to release the old self, to let that old self die off. Okay, that it's only a transformation of energy. You know, it's not you actually dying, it's a transformation of energy. Wisdom, lessons learned, leveling up. I said that. Thank you, Spirit. Leveling up, okay? Both parties are leveling up. They are getting these divine downloads and have gained a lot of wisdom through the experience they've gone through in their life. Like, both probably had decently hard paths, decently hard childhoods, went through some hard, you know, difficult things in life. 9th house, house of philosophy, higher education, long distance travel, foreign languages, culture, religion, law, and personal beliefs. So this is something that's been leveled up on too, because there was a real strong tie to how things should be because of how our elders have told us they should be, but being able to release that at this time. Also, there's something here about maybe the two of you talked about traveling together at some point, or that was just like some type of conversation where, yeah, where you would talk about travel, or like the top 5 places you would go. Something's coming through about that. Tower, so a sudden change. So all this, exactly, all this energy. I don't get that this is a scary tower per se. I get that this is change. Okay, so there is a shift, like I said in the beginning, a change going on in this connection. Okay, really, and it also says transformation. Okay, and destroy, purify, like that's kind of what goes on when the star dies, right? When the supernova. Discernment, intuition versus logic, choosing the higher road, awakening, life path, and keen perception. Okay, so using finally this shift, honing into that heart chakra and using more of the intuition rather than the head. Okay, noticing when the thoughts come through, if that's just out of fear, or if, you know, this is something you really should be looking at. And that's really gonna help this person on their spiritual path in all aspects of it, okay? Because it is required to go down the spiritual journey. You know, that's what leads to reunion. If you turn away from the journey, you know, due to all of our free will, then you essentially turn away from that union as well, or at least it being the highest form of the union it can be, which I would think that everybody would want here. Okay, let's get some energy oracle cards. Ooh, that came right out. 2nd chakra, Archangel Ariel. A lot of yellow here. Okay, so let's read this one. Spirit's saying to read this one. This is a 9 here too, which is very interesting because we are in a 9 year. Let's see what this says. Okay. Intimacy and creativity. So interesting that that's coming out together, because I felt like this reading needed to be done together. But it's like this heart healing not only opened up this life of creativity and this different path of creativity, but it also is awakening this person to the deepest form of intimacy that you could have with another person. Whoa, my throat chakra just completely closed up. This blockage, this chakra blockage was due to not speaking their truth here. The second chakra vibrates in the energy of the beautiful angel Ariel. She sends a bright orange energy, promoting inspired creativity and greater comfort with intimacy. Okay, so I'm getting really strongly too that this masculine feared intimacy as well, okay? And specifically intimacy with you. You know, they, even if they had another connection that was comfortable, okay, they were comfortable in that because of time or whatever else, but the thought of being intimate with you and not being able to hide themselves was like very, very scary here. When this card appears upright, it's urging you to get creative. Let yourself reach out into unexplored areas of self-expression and new projects that may have more of a creative approach. This is also time when the energies of closeness with others and nurturing yourself can flow more freely. You can now open yourself to the emotional intimacy that may be coming your way. Okay, so did you have a blockage with emotional intimacy as well? I'm feeling it on both sides really strongly. It was hard for either of you to speak your feelings, but maybe you did finally, okay? And this person like choked, their throat chakra went and choked, just as it just did for me, right? And that was something you would have never done, like just outright speaking your feelings like that, but you did it. That's what I'm feeling really strongly. This is also a time when the energies and closeness with others and nurturing yourself can flow more freely. You can now open yourself to the emotional intimacy that may be coming your way. So nurture yourself and be ready to receive affection and camaraderie of the resonant souls around you. Wow, that is absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm getting someone here deeply too that doesn't feel quite ready, that wants this communication from this masculine. But think about it, if they said, can I see you tomorrow? Do you feel ready, like physically and in your heart and everything? Do you feel ready? Do you feel ready to lay all your cards on the table, to open up with all your emotions? Do you feel like you feel good enough outwardly, like you look good enough physically? Or are there still worries and blockages and fear surrounding all those things? So something to really look at here, okay? Okay, let's see. Let's grab one more of these. What else, Spirit? Can you give us another? That was too many. Give us another one. Something about this too, if this communication does come in, it could cause a little bit of chaos in your life. Yeah, it could not, I mean, it's not necessarily like in a horrible way or anything like that, but it's just going to change a lot of things for you. Financial constraints. So this could have been on the side of the masculine who was worrying about not having enough financially here. Or I'm feeling very strongly too, somebody delaying getting out of maybe an unhappy connection due to finances. Okay. Let's see, we're gonna get some moon oracle since we are in a new moon cycle. And I'm just feeling very called to say to you guys, if there are things you really want to release at this time, okay, to do that in a new moon ritual. And you can do that just simply by writing down everything you want to release and then just like burn it with the new moon. And you know, just set your intentions to the universe that you want to release these things, that you're ready to release them, and let it go. What else, Spirit? What else can you tell us here? Confidence is key to your success. New moon in Leo. A time to give rather than take. Okay, so confidence is definitely key. Feeling your best self. And that does take a lot of discipline, right? To feel our absolute best selves and in our best energy, especially on this path, it takes a lot of discipline. And we've been talking about discipline a lot, I know, but it just keeps wanting to come out here. So I'm going to keep saying it. Discipline's really important on this journey. It doesn't mean that you can never have fun, but it's important, and adjustments are required. Okay, so this letting go of, you know, people, place, and things that no longer serve you. You gotta let it go and surrender to the universe here. I'm hearing really strongly. Okay. Let's move on to some love. This is feeling very twin flamey with this supernova message coming in. So we're gonna get some love, romance, oracle, and some twin flame intuit oracle. And then maybe some channeled messages from your person, if this is resonating with you. Somebody could have a sunflower tattoo here that's coming through really, really strongly on the back, on your back. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Exactly. This cannot go anywhere unless you are ready to release your emotions here, okay? You have to be willing, like I said, to put all cards on the table and be very open with how you feel in all aspects and with all parties involved, I'm hearing. What else, Spirit? Worth the wait. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And I'm getting strongly that this has been at work in your love life, okay? It's taken some time. Healing is a long journey. It's a long journey. And it's not to say that you have to be completely healed to come back into union, but there has to be some significant momentum, right? Otherwise, you're going to damage the connection, okay? And sometimes you can't come back from certain things. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So whoever you're thinking about at this time, your feelings are real here, and it's worth waiting for. And you gotta really be open. You really have to be open. All right, let me have a sip of coffee really quick. My small caffeine habit that I really need to release. Well, I give you guys advice. Like, caffeine can be really, really bad for our adrenals, and it can actually, over time, make you more tired. And just look into this. If this is something you've been feeling, this could just be confirmation for somebody that it's something you need to let go of. Then that's just confirmation. Obviously, it came up for a reason. It has come up a couple times in readings. You are in your old patterns, but can't see it. Okay. Where are you in your old patterns still? It's really time to let that go. This is the clear message. It's time to release the old self. This came out in the reverse. I'm triggered. An old pattern has surfaced and it hurts. This came out in the reverse. So, and I'm feeling this on the side of the masculine. They may have recently been triggered by an old pattern, but have come to heal this by now here. they can come back up. Like no matter how strong or decisive you feel, sometimes they can really come back up. And that's why I always like to speak to discipline, you know? When you let something go, if you can do your absolute best not to let it back in, that's the best thing for you, because it starts to feel like you take a few steps forward and it's like 20 steps back, you know what I mean? And that could be like bad habits, like letting bad people back into your life. We are coming into union. Wow. This energy shift is really, really strong. It's like right on the verge of these patterns being let go of. Right on the verge. I can't fully be there for you as long as this other person is in my life. I know it's hard for you, but I have to go through this experience in order to heal it. So this is another cycle being let go of. And we have 2 5s here. 5s are change, okay? So I really do feel like it's like the feminine sitting here in her Hierophant energy here, and this masculine is still letting go of karma at this time, of cycles and patterns. But this planetary alignment, something about this planetary alignment is going to bring in a major shift here. It may bring in unexpected communication, I just heard. And I've been giving my power away to people in my life. I'm learning to set boundaries. This was probably something really hard for this masculine in the past. Okay, just had no clear boundaries with friends or close family members. You know, people pleasing aspect. You're projecting your own fears and limitations onto me. Go within and understand that you are seeing yourself. Okay, this is a really important lesson for everybody on the journey. Something irritates you about somebody, you need to see where you are reflecting that in your own life. And that's for somebody really important here to heal. Let's get a couple more. Being mirrors for each other makes self-love so important. I wish I was there to love you, but if I'm not, I want you to love and nurture yourself. Okay, you need to be showing love to yourself at this time. If you're not, how do you expect anybody else to come in and love you correctly? We show people how we need love, right? So think about that. I'm trying to figure out this connection. I've never experienced anything like it before. And just going back to this song here, okay? I've been so messed up in my head, going through phases, don't know what this craze is, okay? So in a period of trying to understand what all this means, okay? So they could have really just started to let themselves feel this, okay? And so now it's like their mind's just going a million miles a minute. What do I need to do? Where do I need to be? Like, who do I need to be? Does my work even make sense anymore? Does anybody in my life make sense anymore? And that's a lot, that's truly a lot to go through. But there's something here about this communication or this release of emotions here to the feminine would help in some way, actually. It would really give them some sort of understanding and kind of help them walk through that door, so to speak. Okay, that just felt very intense. That was like intense energy. Now I'm getting hot. All right, let's just get a couple of charms. I don't even know if I should. Okay, let's just get a couple. Okay, we keep getting the dragonfly, and we have 2 angels here. You know, this is giving me energy of like, I've picked it up before, but these 2 people both truly have a heart of gold. They're like earth angels, okay? And that's what it's giving me, like twin earth angels. There is a change meant to be had. Like, you guys are gonna have such effect on the world here. And we have the dragonfly, which we know is transformation, right? And it's all over this reading. We have this transformation, finally surrendering to the transformation I just heard. Okay, this is going to bring in so much abundance with this 4-leaf clover. Just saw 777. Okay, and I've been picking up on this too, and this is coming through really strong again. But the union of these souls is going to have some type of unified career here. Okay, and they will be working together. It's beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay, I just got really strongly too, someone is a night owl here. Somebody is a night owl, and that might be something where you need to bring in discipline, because disciplined sleep is really good for our energy. That's just for somebody. If it doesn't resonate, go ahead and leave it. All right, my loves, I love you very much. I hope this gave you a little bit of guidance and helped you strengthen your intuition on what you've already been feeling. And until next time, love and light.